Well, hey there. Greetings from Holland, Michigan, and I am nowhere near any sort of beach, so I'm kind of sorry about that. Uh, and not all that sorry about that, but the beaches here are very weird in comparison to like Gulf Coast beaches and that sort of thing. So, still got the surf, so still got the sand, still got rip tides and things like that. No sharks, no sharks. So that's a plus, and I'm kind of digging the whole idea of beaches here. It's kind of neat. Also, very cold. Even here, tag end of summer, we've got the fall and everything started. So um, starting to get a little chilly. Speaking of chilly, you should watch this. Maybe if it'll start. Try again. All right, welcome to another episode of the Kevin Show, and this is the title of this episode is Michigan beaches are weird, and that is because we, Kara and I, and us, Minnie, in that van right there, we are currently in Holland, Michigan, where we've been now for a couple of weeks. Actually, we're staying at an RV resort here. Although we've been doing this thing where we move around. Sometimes we are staying at an RV resort. Sometimes we decide we're going to stay at like an orchard. We're part of a program. Sorry, I'm trying to bring you into focus here, and it's not letting me. So we're part of a program called. We pay to be members of this thing called Harvest Hosts. If you haven't heard of that, means you're not in the RV or van life, probably, or you just haven't come across it yet in YouTube videos and that sort of thing. But Harvest Host is this service that lets you pay an annual fee and you can stay on like vineyards, orchards, golf courses, amusement parks, all kinds of stuff. So we have occasionally stayed at some of those. We stayed at an orchard, an apple orchard, on our way here, and that was kind of fun. And then we'll probably stay at another couple of more of those on our way out. Now our plans have changed a lot. Oh, hi. No, no problem. Hey, take care. That was somebody who was asking me about the van earlier, and a very curious thing. So here's the interesting thing about the van. Everybody wants to know about it. Everybody stops us. We'll get stopped in parking lots. We go to a lot of parks and work, which is kind of a big bonus for this. You know, I'm still doing some stuff for Draft to Digital. I do my writing. Kara is doing Draft to Digital work now, and we'll be in like parks somewhere in the state, maybe on a lake, maybe on a beach, something like that. And that's where we do our work for the day. This park is I've been to so many of them I don't remember the names anymore. There's a sign up here. I'll read it when I get to it. So we've been exploring, kind of branching out, checking things out as we discover them. It's been a lot of fun, and we are considering where to go next. So, uh, hey, Mark says I'm in Holland right now. Now, Mark, is that Holland, Michigan, or is that Holland, the country? So let me know in the comments, because I told someone I was in Holland recently, and I had to backtrack and let them know uh, it was not the country. Although that sounds like it might be quite beautiful right now. Maybe this actually may be on par with that. So we're at a park called Van Ralt Farm, Raalte Farm. This is an historic site in Michigan. Let me see if I can bring it in. There's the sign. Now, if you do a screen capture or something, you can read all about Van Ralt Farm. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful little area. There's actually 3 different areas we could have parked. One of them is kind of under construction right now. So we picked this one. where you can just kind of walk right up to the house. And Kara and I are probably going to go explore that here in a little bit. Just having a little good time exploring. Oh, Mark says Michigan. Hey, we're close, buddy. We should try to grab a cup of coffee or something. COVID permitting. We've been doing this all this stuff and trying to kind of social distance and everything. Keep out of each other's, keep out of the way of other people and keep some distance. But there's still been plenty of opportunities to go grab a cup of coffee or have a meal or something with some folks. So it's been interesting. It's been a lot of fun. So much has happened since the last one of these I did. The last time I was in, I think I was still in Kerrville, Texas. No, I was not. I was in Houston, Texas, at the Lakeview Resort in Houston. Not that was an okay place. It's pretty enough, but it was like 1,000 degrees outside. So we were sweating through the entire time. The air conditioner in the van works adequately, but it's not that great. We would find ourselves having to turn on the engine and run the AC from the dash to help cool the van enough to be tolerable in the like 103 degree temperatures of Houston and the high humidity. So not ideal, but not terrible either. So we got through that and we got on the road. It's just been really quite hectic. Like every time I go to do one of these, it's like we have 100 things we have to get done, and so I have fallen behind on my weekly schedule of these things. So I'm hoping that changes. Being on the road has changed a lot about how I'm doing live streaming and how I'm doing like things like the podcasts. Probably going to change my WordSlinger podcast format a little to accommodate this. Thinking about doing more of a live format like this. So we'll just have to see. But it's been an amazing journey so far. We are, let's see, this is Michigan. So the reason we're in Michigan, and this is a fun story. We started off in Houston, and we were originally going to go to South Dakota. And then we finally tracked down the guy who had our RV. So we went to Elkhart, Indiana, so that we could retrieve the RV, so that we could put it up for sale in Elkhart. So currently, if you're looking for an RV, we have a 38-foot Thor Challenger 37 KT, a 2015 model, for sale, available in Elkhart, Indiana. So if you're on the hunt for one, that's where you go. But since we were in Elkhart, we decided we would just kind of explore and see where else we could go. Hi there. I got a neighbor coming up. Hold on. You're live on air. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with it.
Hi.
Because you don't know who I am.
I don't know who you are yet.
Other than this, I'm helping the government do some census thing.
Okay.
I'm out here looking for spiders because I'm known around the world as Bob the Spider Hunter on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, now I have to go look you up on YouTube.
Yeah, don't look up Bob the Spider Man. You get Hollywood stuff.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it's a whole other thing. So check out Bob the Spider Hunter.
Bob the Spider Hunter, a special guest star on the Kevin Show.
Kevin Show.
Nice
all right.
We'll do the COVID bump.
There we go.
So my name is Kevin Tomlinson. We're meeting live on air. This is not a joke.
Mouse the Rat, right?
Not Mouse Rat. Mouse Rat rules, right? That's a Parks and Recreation reference.
Okay.
So I am.
You said you were traveling.
We're traveling full time. That's
Nice.
our home right there. We've been in it about 2 months now. Before that, we were in a much bigger travel trailer, and before that, we were in a much bigger like motor coach. So
It's a lot easier.
it's a lot easier. We get to do things like this. We'll hang out here. We'll do some work. I'll do a little live streaming. I'm an author, so author on the road is my whole shtick, and we're just traveling the country and writing books. So
are you anything on YouTube at all or not?
I got some stuff on YouTube. I'm not a big YouTube celebrity or anything, but
if I look you up, would I find you
totally.
there?
Yeah, totally. Look up Kevin. I'll give you a card.
Okay. I give you mine too, but they're not with me right now.
Yeah, I don't
I'm on job right now.
don't have an easy to remember. No. This is a lunch break, government. Here, there you go. You can come find me right there. And if you
where are
go,
you from originally?
we come in from Sugar Land, Texas.
Sugar
Just
Land,
outside. Do you know where that is?
I do. And you're a long way off from
Oh yeah, we wandered far. No, wait. I have to ask you since you're
Yeah.
on air. Now, I do. I have a podcast called the Word Slinger Podcast. So I do a lot of broadcasting and podcasting. Pretty popular in the self-publishing world. Okay. All right. So we'll call this an official interview of sorts.
Okay.
All right. So you're Bob the Spider Guy
Bob the Spider
and
Hunter.
the Spider Hunter.
Yes.
And so are you? How does that happen? Like what are you looking for exactly?
Well, spiders, of
Okay.
course.
Okay. All right. All right.
I
All right.
travel around the world hunting spiders, filming them when I find them.
Okay.
I've been doing this since I've been 8 years old.
Okay.
I've only been bit once, and that's when I was 9.
And no obvious powers or capability to crawl
Well,
walls.
some people claim I'm a spider whisperer, but it's really
Okay.
not true.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I go all over the place when we go to a nice resort. My
Yeah.
wife's enjoying the pool,
Mhm.
having a little pina colada or whatever. I'm off in the backcountry filming and finding spiders.
Okay. That sounds like that's kind of a dream job. It's sort of
It's my dark hobby, as my wife calls
your
it.
dark hobby.
That's right.
And when you find the spiders, are you just sort of cataloging like the genus of the spider and where they are, what their mating habits are or something like that?
I focus in on behaviors of
Okay.
spiders.
Okay.
They're the people who really get into it. They're arachnologists. They do papers and things on spiders. I just studied the behavior.
Okay.
Spend hours watching them, filming them, and talking about the behaviors I observe. I get into schools. I get in nature centers. I
Yeah.
like to do a lot of teaching and stuff with kids and things like that.
Okay.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not
You can do everything on the web.
That's exactly
The
what
web.
I keep doing. Yeah, the web, the international
Yeah,
highway.
exactly. Oh, okay, that's very cool. I have an interest in that sort of thing, so we need to keep in touch.
You got some really nice spiders in Texas.
We do have nice spiders in Texas.
And a lot of tarantulas.
A lot of tarantulas. Now, our tarantulas, they're not native to Texas, right? They come in from somewhere else.
Yeah, well, we do have some in the United States.
Okay.
But basically, tarantulas aren't even a true spider.
They're not.
No.
What is it?
Well, it's
A dog
classified.
with 8 legs is what it is.
Yeah, you go. A true spider, as far as the definition is concerned, when a spider bites, it goes like this
Yes.
with its fangs.
Right.
The tarantula goes down,
Yeah.
and that is really not a true spider. Then it does not match the characteristics of a true spider.
That is interesting. That is
People
very
don't really know that. And one thing I found all over the place, wherever I go, I ask children because they hear it in school. Sometimes their science teacher teaches us it's really not true. Ask a young person
Yeah.
sometime, what's the most venomous spider in the United States?
You always hear brown recluse.
Yes, but actually, to be truthful, our most venomous spider is our black widow.
Is the black widow? I almost said
Yep.
black widow.
Its venom is 10 times stronger than a rattlesnake.
Wow.
The only problem is, well, not a problem. Good thing is, it doesn't have enough of the venom that
Yes.
the rattlesnake has
But
to
it can
inject.
still cause some pretty serious,
It can,
like
can.
necrosis and that sort of thing.
but I handle those all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Barehanded, or do you wear
Of
gloves?
course, because
Really?
I know they'll never bite me. There's
For
only
what?
2 reasons a spider bites, and we're on
Okay.
the air for this one.
Yes. Okay. I got to
Everybody
hear
listen
this.
to this. There's only
I
2
need
reasons.
my wife to hear this.
A
She's
spider.
convinced she's being bitten by spiders all the time.
Well, there's a
So
lot of phobias about spiders.
she's
too.
got a little bit of a phobia.
Huge fears on some people. They pass out of it. There's only 2 reasons a spider bites. One is to eat, and I can tell you that we're way too big to eat, so throw that one out.
Some of us.
The second reason is they bite out of self-defense. If they
Okay.
get into a shoe or under your clothes and you press up against it, it's being squeezed, so it bites out of self-defense.
Oh, okay.
Self-preservation. Those are the
Okay.
only 2 reasons a spider will ever bite.
So if one just crawls across your hand, as long as you don't make a move to swat it away or
Yeah, you're just something to crawl on,
Okay.
like a bush or a rock or anything else.
okay.
That's why I can handle these spiders that are deadly without fear, because I know they will not
And
bite
you've
me.
only been bitten one time.
9 years old.
9 years old.
What
So
we
it's
did
been
was back in the day, in the old days, the dark ages, in the 50s, when kids had not all the electronic stuff to play with, we go out, 5 or 6 of my buddies, we go out to the end of our block at a prairie with our mason jars, and we see who can catch the most spiders in an hour.
Okay.
That's how I learned how to do spider hunting. That's where it all started. And I got this one. It was a black and yellow Argiope. I was so excited that I grabbed it out of the web with my hand. Of course, squeezed the heck out of the girl. So
Oh.
she bit me. I didn't care. I put it in the jar, and it was like just a little mosquito bite for a couple of days.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
the only time I've been bit. and that's where my hunting goes way back to those
How
days.
do you overcome that natural fear of those things crawling on you, though?
It's like any other fear we have. Knowledge helps erase fears. The more you know about something, the less you fear it.
Yeah.
And that's true with anything, whether it be spiders or anything in life.
Yeah.
Fears come from things we don't understand or that we're not knowledgeable about. So we're afraid of things we don't really get.
Okay.
But the more you know about a spider and the intricacies of
I love that. It's like you've packaged it all in a nice little life lesson for us to take with us.
Well, it's been fun to meet you.
Yeah, very nice meeting you.
I need to get back on the job.
He's got to get back to work. The government doesn't let you just lollygag around. So this is Bill the Spider Hunter. Bob the Spider Hunter. I'll get it right eventually.
You're doing fine.
He's correcting me. You go find him on YouTube. I'll track him down and put something in the show notes of this thing.
Now, very quick, what's your next stop here? I mean,
we don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
Yeah, we are.
State or whatever.
We were originally supposed to go South Dakota, and it looks like it's probably going to be too snowy.
Or under smoke.
Or under smoke. Yeah, that's the thing. Between like pandemics and smoke and riots and hurricanes, like we're basically going to camp in an Arby's parking lot at some point. That's basically where we're headed now.
2020's been a bad year.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
So be careful with the spiders.
Oh, I always have. You be careful in travels.
Yes, sir.
Be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice having met you. COVID bump. All right. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Take care. All right. I'm glad to meet you. All right. Please do. All right. So a special guest star on the Kevin Show. I'm happy we were able to have that conversation, and that's a lot of fun. I love that. See, this is what you get. If you tune in, you might see celebrities and/or pseudo-celebrities just randomly hopping into the show. It's nuts. So, anyway, let's go check the comments and see if anybody. Okay, so Mark says anytime. Thanks, Mark. We'll have to connect. I think part of the problem is we've only got like 2 viewers right now. See what everybody missed out on when you watch this back, because you weren't here live. And you can actually get on this show, or you can see this show, get alerts about this show live if you go to, let's pop up the little banners. If you go to Kevin Tomlinson, I'll see youtube.com/Kevin Tomlinson will take you to the YouTube channel where you can sign up to follow me, please, and you'll get alerts about when I'm going to go live and when there's going to be other stuff posted and that sort of thing. Feel free to ask me anything. Also, check out authorontheroad.com, and that's where you'll be able to follow me and Kara while we're doing our little adventure. Stuff like this video is going to be there. I've got some new books out, so you're going to want to check that out. If you haven't seen it yet, I just released a new book called Shaken, which is part of my brand new series, the Quake Runner Alex Kane thriller series, and that just released last Friday, September 11th, 9/11. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. You can find that at authorontheroad.com or kevintomlinson.com. Author on the Road is just easier to remember. It's just easier. Man, I'm going to go check out the spider guy now. I wish I had a way to pop up his URL in this thing, but I don't. Nope. I could type something up. It'll take a while. Please subscribe and follow. Other than that, man, we're having a good time. This has been a good trip. We are. It's not a vacation. It's our life. So we have been, doing a little bit of a mix of working and also exploring. We go out pretty regularly and just explore the area around us. We go to a lot of farmers markets. We go to we've been to beaches and parks, and we've been to there's like a couple of little amusement parks around here. One called is it Dutchtown? Dutchtown. We haven't been to it yet. We're going to that probably this weekend. But it's been kind of amazing as we get out here on the road. We're meeting new people like Bob the Spider Hunter, and meeting folks who are kind of just out doing similar things to what we're doing. It's amazing how many people are actually out here. I think I got a spider on my neck. I now know I need to treat that spider gently. Don't pose a threat to the spider. But yeah, here we are. meeting new people all the time. People like Bob, people like, we got a couple of neighbors in the RV park where we are who are doing their own full-time journey. There's some van lifers, but there's also just folks in your standard RVs. Some people are just traveling in their cars and staying in hotels and Airbnbs. We're kind of doing a little bit of that too. The van gives us a great opportunity to just decide to stop wherever we are and enjoy ourselves. um, so we can actually. That's part of what our plan was from the beginning. Was occasionally we would stop and stay in some place that gives us some space to kind of stretch our legs. Um, and so, like an Airbnb or a resort or a hotel, the flexibility of the van is that we can do that. We don't have to worry about where are we going to park the camper, where are we going to park the giant RV. We can actually just park our little RV in a standard parking space, and unless it's a garage. We have discovered that there's a 10-foot clearance on the van. So if you can see it behind me there, that's 10 foot from the ground to the top of the air conditioner. And so we have to be real careful about where we drive it, because a lot of these, like you can't take it through a standard drive-through, for example. We have taken it through drive-throughs, but only the ones that don't have little overhangs. And so if it has an overhang, we pretty much have to just order something from a parking lot. The apps like DoorDash and things like that have become very handy for us, and we've been able to get meals on the road that way. We're really trying to not do fast food, and when we do fast food, we're trying to do the healthiest thing we can find on the menu. So a lot of salads, a lot of paleo meals, we call them, where you take the buns out of a hamburger or whatever, get extra veggies, that sort of thing. Although we did just eat a couple of hot dogs from Five Guys for lunch, because that's where we are in the world. I want my hot dogs. It's hard for me to say no to hot dogs. So anyway, here we are, 22 minutes in. I should probably go ahead and wrap up. I've enjoyed talking to you. I'm sorry that not a lot of folks showed up on this one. It's been a while, so maybe we're all out of the loop. Hey, Carrie. Carrie says, I'm here, Kev. Pretty scenery. What's the temperature like? The temperature right now is in the high 60s. This morning it got down into the 50s. It's been just amazingly comfortable since Labor Day. Before Labor Day, it was sometimes high 80s. It was still comfortable. We were still fine. Uh, it's drier here, so it's not like in Houston where we were just sweating all the time or having to run the AC all the time. We could actually have our van opened up. I don't know if you could see, you can kind of see. All right, no, I can't do it. So the van door is actually open right now. We've got the air vent on top is open, and we found these little vents that go on the door windows that go on the top. They slide into the little channel, and you roll the window up into it, and that allows for some airflow. So it's been very comfortable, and we've been really happy with, um, being out of Houston. We've been very happy with how the thing feels. It's a very comfortable experience. Uh, hey, this is Vicky Methel Dunn, aka my mother, and she says she's so happy for us. Thanks, Mom. We appreciate it. We're having a really good time. Uh, we are just we're just exploring. There's no real itinerary. When Bob the Spider Guy asked where we were headed next, I genuinely did not have a clue. We're talking about possibly Colorado, but we're not even sure we're going to do that. We're talking about, maybe South Dakota after all. It depends on whether or not it gets super snowy there. We're slowly going to make our way to Utah, where we plan to go to Salt Lake City and spend maybe Thanksgiving there. Although that's not settled yet either. So that's the thing about all this. We can go anytime, and we have. We've occasionally decided, let's not go back to the RV park. Let's just keep going. We were out and about in Elkhart after handing off the RV, and instead of going back to the RV park where we had stayed for the past couple of nights, actually almost a full week, we decided let's just find someplace else to go. That's how we ended up here. We ended up in Michigan, in Holland, because we just sort of randomly looked online to find someplace we thought might be nice. This place looked beautiful. It sounded like it was beautiful. It was right on the lake, and so we gave it a shot. And we've been here for at least a couple of weeks. I need to tally it all up. I think by the time we leave, we'll have been here for a month, and it was completely unplanned, completely unpredictable. So it's just been amazing to be here and check this out. And we're in a park now. You can see there's a road behind me, and there's houses over here. We're not on the lake at the moment, but we have explored the lake. We've gone to the beach. We've driven, into like Grand Rapids. We thought at one point we might go further north. We might still. There's a peninsula north of here that someone recommended. Just a beautiful drive. Seen a lot of beautiful scenery since we've been here. Uh, so Carrie asks, any chance on going maybe into Canada, or are y'all U.S. only? So we would love to go into Canada. We do have our passports with us, but the problem, of course, right now is that you can't get into Canada from the U.S. Because of the pandemic. So maybe once that lets up, well, definitely once that lets up, we're going to try to go to Canada. One of the places we want to go is Banff, and I'd like to go there when it's not covered in ice and snow, which actually may be its default. I'm not even sure, but we've talked about going there. But for the most part, there's a whole lot of the United States to explore, and we've only barely scratched the surface. We're really enjoying it, and we really love Michigan to the point of like, this is one of the dangers that Kara and I face every time we travel, is that we start saying, hey, I could live here. I could I could see having a house here. Of course, having a house here means like 3 months out of the year being stuck in it if you're if it's your permanent home because of the snow and ice and everything. Winters can get brutal, but we thought, maybe we get a place and this is a summer home, or we just come here occasionally. We have some rental property that we use for income or something like that. So there's a lot of talk of that kind of stuff going on. And the same thing with Texas. There's places in Texas that we truly love. The Texas Hill Country, for one, Kerrville and that area, we really loved it there. We love the Woodlands just outside of Houston. So, there's all kinds of places we consider when we start talking about like, our forever home, or where we want to spend summers, or where we want to spend winter, or whatever. We're even talking about still, hopefully, this is still something that's a reality, but we like the idea of you can actually buy a house in Disney World, like literally in Disney World. And they start off around $2 million. So I got some books to write, but that's another thing that we've kind of kicked around and given some pretty serious consideration. So if the book money starts really rolling in, so go buy Shaken, and that might help us get a house in Disney World. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So. More books coming out, by the way. If you're a fan of the Dan Cutler thrillers, I've got another one in the works. Actually, what I've got is something I'm going to be contributing to a box set that is, I'll go ahead and reveal, it's a crossover between the Dan Cutler series and the brand new Quake Runner Alex Kane thrillers. So if you haven't checked out Shaken yet, go check that out. I've got the second book in that series is being edited right now, and that should be available within the next month or so. And once that's out, the next thing that comes out should be this box set. And then I'm going to continue to write. I've got another Dan Cutler book in mind, and got some novellas and other things in mind. So that's the way we're handling it right now. I'm just writing one book after another, and I'm going to keep doing that until I don't know what that guy's thing was. He decided to make a cameo. I'm going to keep writing books and keep publishing books until we've got enough money to buy a house in Disney World. That's the plan. So, my mom says, let's move to Kerrville. I'm going to tell Kara she said that. And so keep traveling, Carrie says. Keep traveling, keep the creative juices flowing. That's exactly what we're doing. It's exactly what this is about. Even Kara's starting to get in on the game. She's getting more and more creative. If you don't follow us on Instagram, at Kevin Tumlinson, at Author on the Road, at Kara Tumlinson, and then Minnie's got her own, which is at Our Miniseries, Ours as an hour miniseries. So check that out on Instagram. So anyway, now here we are. I'm finally at the end of the 30 minutes I allotted in theory. So we might want to just go ahead and wrap this up. So thank you for tuning in. I want to thank Bob the Spider Hunter. If you're watching, I'm glad we got a chance to connect. I hope we get to do more. And say hello, by the way. And everyone else, go make sure you go check out his stuff. And for you, I just want to say God bless. Take care of yourselves. I have lost my, there it is. God bless you. Take care of yourself. And we will see you all next time. See you then.